closer at the SummerSlam. The SummerSlam. And when I was in the SummerSlam with you, the SummerSlam. In 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 the SummerSlam. After the SummerSlam, Mr. Perfect. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. Or in the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. The SummerSlam. The SummerSlam against The Undertaker. In the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam. You're in the SummerSlam. In the SummerSlam.
Batavia down is more, lots more.
Folks, welcome back. Hope you are enjoying the Home Depot or brunch with your Aunt Sally. It is not the show where it's wrestling with your budget, not the show where it's wrestling with your conscience. It is wrestling with emotion. We got our panel in here, McAdoo. We got our head of the table, Michael J. Bartham. And, of course, we've got our John Cena's, who you can't see, ready for night 2 of SummerSlam. But, gents, obviously, would be remiss not to recap a pretty crazy night 1. And, obviously, that was kind of capped off by what's being called the ruse of the century. How are we feeling about this part of the McAdoo?
McAdoo, why don't you go first? Because, I mean, me and Rob basically called this too, but you call this beat for beat. I mean, me and Rob were under the impression that Seth swore that CM Punk would never even get his hands on the title, but you said he'd come out after Punk won the title. So why don't you take your bow, McAdoo?
No, he just happened to say it before me, but the prophet.
You didn't say we didn't predict it exactly.
You both said it'd be a triple threat like at WrestleMania 31.
Yeah.
I was the only one that said Punk would win the match. Now, I think this entails Prophet 2.0 status, but that's
no. Let's not get crazy here.
I pinpointed that shit. Rob called Cody Rhodes winning against Prophet. I pinpointed this shit.
That's not how it works, buddy.
Now, it's funny, though. We call the show Wrestling with Emotion, and in our little group chat, there was definitely some emotion coming out from some of us.
I like it. That's what it's all about, is obviously getting into it. With that said, obviously, so what did we think of the execution on the cash-in? More next morning. Is this a top 3 cash-in when all things get said and looked back upon?
Yeah, top 3. I mean, even if you weren't swerved from the very beginning that Seth was, faking an injury against at Saturday night's main event against LA Knight. I mean, this is very well executed. They went for the moments. Logically, Seth would have just ran out there with the Money in the Bank briefcase and, oh, yeah, I was never on crutches. I was never injured. But he went for the theatrics. He went for the moment. He went for the, drop it like Willy Wonka and then turn around and always fine. He's going to go cash in.
Was he trying to do the Jesus pose? He even did
yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
He loves that.
The Monday Night Messiah.
Yeah,
the Messiah. Yes, exactly. There you go.
Now, could you say that this is the best men's and women's duo cash-ins of the year with Naomi's and Seth's combined? I think it's the 2 best done so far when there's been 2.
I think Naomi is almost number 2 or number 1. Which one was better than Naomi's as far as the women's goes?
The first
just as far as the cinema, definitely not. And then I think Rollins has the top 2 cash-ins between the heists. I think that they've just done a good job more recently. And if this is what you want to credit Paul Levesque for, just making it a little bit more cinematic when it happens, a little bit more surprising versus, I think in the Vince era, how many times was the person with the, suitcase out, like just kind of loitering or like always in the fray? And I think it's been done a little bit better job to keep it, cinematic for sure. And we saw that last night. And unfortunately, Parthy, your boy Punk, left lying in the middle of the ring. But he didn't come back to win titles. He came back to make money. That's what he said, right?
Well, you saw how emotional he was getting in the ring, whether that was, good acting or not, whether maybe it meant a lot to him or not. Listen, Punk understands business. We saw that in Unreal. He was booking his own screw over, in Elimination Chamber. He understands business. He knows how much money there is in the chase and everything. So he's perfectly cool with this. So I'm perfectly cool with this.
So I got to throw the stat out there. So CM Punk held the World Heavyweight title 36 seconds less than Drew McIntyre. I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, and McIntyre's on social media basically saying karma's a bitch.
Not wrong.
I'm sure he's loving that. I'm sure he's loving being able to, get a digs at Punk now back for all those other times that Punk was saying, your title reign was only 5 minutes and now he gets to get one over him. Even though they're on different brands, they're still going to be beefing and take their pot shots and whatnot. It's all in good fun.
I wonder how Jeff Hardy feels.
How long was his?
I don't remember.
The short one, that is.
It can't have been too much longer if it was even longer.
It was. I think it was. Oh yeah. It probably was about the same because Jeff Hardy had time to celebrate. Punk came down. They did a close finish, but it took an extra GTS, I think, for Punk on that one. In this one, Rollins took the extra time up front.
And Jeff Hardy would then go on again to win that World Heavyweight title back, if I'm not mistaken. So, maybe Punk can wait for that down the line.
Oh, I mean, you're absolutely. I mean, I think this is what Punk Rollins Survivor Series, or is it Bad Blood, which is probably the obvious one there, or maybe there's a Saturday night main event in 4 weeks that I don't know about where they can find that.
They love those.
Or yeah, the Clash in Paris for sure.
The next one is Clash in Paris, yes. So they might not wait that long to do that.
Oh yeah,
Remember when Punk and McIntyre's feud was getting going, and of course someone said maybe your first match should be Hell in the Cell, and what was his response?
Brother, you gotta take that fantasy booking shit somewhere.
And then what did he go and do?
No,
he
said
third match, not the first match.
He didn't want
he didn't want it right away.
No, that's fair.
And then he would just
It's proper, Bill. Don't do your hardcore match first and then your normal match second, unlike some other promotions we can mention. But I think Seth and Punk have been beefing long enough, and with him having the Braun and Braun security by his side, if Punk is able to get a rematch and he's able to get it as soon as Clash in Paris, I think he might ask for a Hell in the Cell match if he's that genre savvy at least.
I'm going to give WWE credit as well as we're wrapping up night one talk. 3.5 hours ish. Not bad for the 5 matches. They kept it moving. I had no complaints for how they kept
out of there by what, 9:30?
Yeah, we're out of there 9:48.
So if you go back to the last time they were at MetLife, they didn't get out of the stadium. Like a lot of fans were stuck in the rain at past midnight. I think it was 1 a.m. at that point. So I think they're just let's get them out of the stadium quick because
something tells me that tonight's gonna be a little different.
Something tells us tonight will be a little bit longer. Any final thoughts on night one before we get into night two, boys?
Let's see. We were all pretty much swerved. We were all pretty much swerved on Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton, weren't we? We thought that it was going to be Jade's crowning moment, but they're not going with her just yet. And I believe Fightful is actually reporting.
What the hell happened there, Parthy?
Yeah, Fightful was reporting that it was Jelly Roll and Randy Orton were meant to go over for the most of the week, and then apparently they changed it at the last minute for whatever reason they haven't gotten into yet. I mean, I was saying.
Are you saying that the sheet was wrong?
I'm saying that the sheets were right until someone may change their mind.
Oh my!
Yeah, exactly. Now I think that's pretty obvious though, and that tells me that we haven't seen the last of Jelly Roll in a wrestling race. Because if Jelly Roll's taking the loss, he's gonna come back for that lick,
that vengeance.
I think he did pretty good in the ring.
He's coming back for War Games.
I wouldn't. Yeah, Team Jelly. Oh my God! Him starting the match and Randy being pissed was pretty good too. There were some good little swerves throughout the night, like Roman restarting the Yeet, everything like that. Anyways, okay, so good night one. I thought night one was almost pure fan service.
Yeah.
Except for Jade Cargill losing. I think people like Tiffy time though, I guess. So maybe we'll see. But speaking of night two,
can I just clarify for the record? We all officially, whether we predicted a Seth cash-in or not, our official pick between Gunther and Punk was CM Punk, essentially, right? It was down the line.
Yes.
All right. So I think that was Maniac. I think that was your only win of the night.
Yeah, I was 0-5 going into the main event. I wasn't throwing. Believe me, that wasn't the thing I was worried about in the suite. Thanks to Savvy Seats at that point.
He was taking it on the chin like a champ, right.
I was loving it. I was loving the fact that I was 0-5. Speaking of losers, Dominik Mysterio, the Intercontinental Champion, he is cleared, boys, via the doctor. AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, will get his shot. If you add AJ Styles to this current list of champions in WWE, my goodness, this could be one of the greatest assortment of current champions that we have ever had. With that said, Dominik Mysterio obviously looking to reinforce his legacy. McAdoo, why don't you start us off here? Let's go to Parthy, and then we'll go up to the Cenas. Who do you got in the greatest Mysterio of all time versus AJ Styles?
The overrated Mysterio of all time. I'm so happy. AJ Styles is finally going to be able to take the title off of Dirty Dude Wipe Dominik, and he will start the reign of AJ Styles.
What's up this guy's ass?
You know what? This particular title match has had some good build, especially with, Dom's injury, whether or not that was legit or not, if he just didn't want to go to Saudi. But one way or the other, they've been building this up, and AJ's had some nice comedy moments backstage, saying, I got my eyes on you and all that. Rumor is that with Dom's appearance in AAA, that they want them to have a shot at the Mega Championship down there. Would they want him to be 2 belts, Dom? I'm not sure, but I think Dom's had a good run with the belt. I think putting it on AJ Styles gives him something to do, a refresher. And the belts all of a sudden coming off the Judgment Day one by one would be pretty interesting. You know what? I'm going to say AJ Styles is going to go over. I think he's going to win the Intercontinental Championship.
If WWE wants to take the best possible jab or copycat route that they always do with AEW, they should absolutely put the AAA title on Dom Mysterio, given that MJF just won the CMLL title. So a super heel in one promotion. I don't know. Will they take note? Apparently they don't watch AEW and other promotions, but we'll see. If Dom ends up with that title,
that was announced before MJF won the title. How could you say it's a copycat?
What?
The match that Dom's in for that title was announced.
No one says he's going to win.
Yeah, but you can't say it's copycat when it's not like it was announced after MJF won the title.
Let's face it, both WWE and AEW have to look at the other's paper every so often. And that's probably exactly what's happening here in some form, whether it was directly to kind of, but they're both putting a mid, to upper tier star that they currently have and trying to give them a push with another brand's belt for sure.
Sure.
With that said, I'll kick it off. I do like a lot of what you guys said, and I think that AJ. Wait, I'll go to Slick right after. AJ Styles is our guy here. AJ Styles. I think that this is actually going to be, and this will be my take, Dominik Mysterio's best singles match as a competitor. Will be on this stage here at SummerSlam, but he will lose the title to the phenomenal AJ Styles.
I'm also going to go with Dom to retain. Sorry, did you say AJ or Dom?
AJ? I got AJ.
I'm sorry. I'm going to go with Dom to retain. It would be a hell of a lineup of champions, like you said, if AJ were to hold this belt. I don't think Dom's time is over. There's still plenty more he can do with this Judgment Day thing. Liv is still absent, obviously. So I know the titles just came off them, so there's going to be a lot of problems in Judgment Day. And if he loses this, Judgment Day might start to fall to pieces. But maybe that is what they want, for Liv to come back and then approach a whole different way. But I just can't see AJ winning this tonight for some reason, based off how the faces were going over yesterday. So I'm gonna go with Dom, whether you think he's face or not. I mean, is he a face? Like he's an over.
He's almost like
a very over heel.
I hate to say it, he's a mini Brock Lesnar. He's a heel that people boo, but they cheer for him. Real quick, shout out Slick in the contact game. He's been trying to post the Ruse of the Century live video.
Ruse is up.
Oh, it's up.
I'm just
okay. I'm making sure. It took him about 30 minutes, so he's grinding that. Parthy, this match could be 30 minutes. Who you got?
I'm not fucking Parthy. I'm the problem.
Happy Parthy.
You can't see anything, apparently.
Scrambled here this morning.
But yeah, so I think this match is going to be I think what Slick was saying, where it could be a move into how the Judgment Day's falling apart without Liv. And I think that's the way they're going. I think Roxanne's going to have a play in this match and accidentally cause Dom to lose the title. And then Liv's going to come back, who knows when, but be like, you guys can't function without me. Like, you guys lost all your titles in one weekend without me here. So I'm going, and especially with AJ Styles possibly last SummerSlam, give me the Unk AJ Styles.
I like the Unk. Real quick, is there any potential that since last year Dom helped Liv win the title at SummerSlam, is there any chance that she returns to help Dom win the title at SummerSlam?
I think if we didn't see her yesterday, it's probably very unlikely. Unless we do see Raquel and Roxanne tonight helping Dom, and that draws her out of the back, not knowingly that she's there. I don't see it. I think this is, like you did say, this is going to be Dom Mysterio's best title match.
I think it'll be his best singles match that he's had in his career.
So based on, I agree with you, and based on that, I don't think there's going to be help or some outside interference involved. So based on that, I would say no Liv tonight. I would love for her to come back, though. We all miss Liv Morgan.
We all do miss Liv Morgan. All right, well, we're split on that one. Ooh, excuse me. Let me see how we're feeling on this one. We got Becky Lynch, the Women's Intercontinental Champion, versus Lyra Valkyria. I will start off on this one. This has been going way longer than I would have expected when this originally started, but clearly Becky, Bayley, the women's roster, very invested in Lyra and getting her over, essentially. So for that reason, I mean, Becky can afford this loss. I think we have a great match, and I think Lyra regains the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Profi,
yeah,
what do you got?
I think this was always building up to SummerSlam with when they started originally with the Becky, Lyra. I think it was a culmination of Lyra becoming the star at SummerSlam. So give me Lyra to take back her belt.
Oh, man.
Big inhale.
Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Lyra, too, just based on the fact that I didn't really expect Becky to win the last time. I didn't really expect it to go this far. They're clearly trying to make something big out of Lyra Valkyria. Maybe even Becky comes to her senses after this and raises Lyra's hand, even though based about how she's been tweeting, I don't think that's too likely, but we'll see.
I don't think – go ahead. Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
I don't think that's just going to happen just because they're reportedly debuting a new theme tonight. So if she was going to go back to face, they probably would have just kept the previous
Could we
theme.
see a fake show of respect?
Maybe.
And then another dastardly heel action from Becky. Who knows?
Becky just needs to go completely irrational. I pinned Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania, in the only women's main event, and just literally spear into the craziest. Parthy and Mark McAdoo, what do you got?
Speaking of Becky Lynch and social media, let the record show that I was not fooled for 1 second of her taking that video of her husband on crutches playing with her daughter. And I commented on that 2 weeks ago, but I digress. Lyra Valkyria, this is all meant to get her over. I think they're basically 1 for 1. Lyra beat her once, Becky beat her in the rematch. They had a triple threat with Bayley, who, by the way, probably is going to have a likely heel turn sooner or later with her not knowing what to do. And a one-on-one match with Lyra and Becky, not Lyra and Bayley for the title this time, rather than for a chance to win the title, would be, I guess, a little bit different. But all this was just meant to get Lyra over. She's been doing great with her matches. She's been a little hit or miss with her promos, but I think she's done enough to have the company invest in her and put her over this time at SummerSlam. So Lyra's going to be the IC champ again.
Does Bayley cost Lyra the match, and that's how she goes heel?
I don't see that because I think the whole point is to
I
get
would
back
just
in Lyra.
hate Becky to still have the title and having needed help for it.
Yeah, I've been back and forth on that, but I guess I'll go with my heart over my head, and I'll go Lyra. I just don't know.
All right.
I mean, I could see that scenario, McAdoo, if it wasn't a last chance match. They're not. I mean, where does Lyra go from there if she can't challenge for the IC title while Becky's the champion? Who's going to beat Becky then?
There's other women on the roster, probably.
Remember, this is a no count out, no disqualification match.
That was pretty funny. That's
good.
McAdoo getting reckless over there. He's all gas, no brakes, like our next challenger, Jacob Fatu. We were just watching back some of Fatu's debut stuff. I mean, my goodness, this is a guy who's been top 5 since he came into the WWE. Now a shot at the United States Championship against, obviously, a man he used to love, a man he used to admire, Solo Sikoa. This could be the match of the night.
Yeah,
I just want to say you got two, as Arn Anderson would say, island boys going at it on night 2 of SummerSlam. But give me in a steel cage. Why don't we go to McAdoo and we'll right back to the Cena. So you got Solo Sikoa, Jacob Fatu.
So this is a steel cage match. I want to get your guys' opinion on this. How should you have to win a steel cage match? Should you one or the other? It can't be both.
The cage.
Escape the cage?
Yes.
That's how I feel too. I don't think it should be pin or submit.
I hate pin or submits in the cage.
Thank you. I'm glad
someone leaving the cage. It ruins the point of the cage for me. But
I think if you're gonna
argue about that for weeks.
If you're gonna do them, you should do one or the other. It should either be just escape the cage or just pin and submit.
Agreed.
I think it should be the only way to win should be escaping. There should be no pin and submit.
Then what do you think about the door?
Yeah, should the door be locked when you want to escape the cage? Should it be all climb overs?
I think
the door in 2025 is ridiculous.
When I was growing up, I don't mean to sound crazy. Was the door an option?
Yes.
Yes.
It always was.
They made it.
Yeah.
They sold it better because a lot of the times people would be going to escape it and they would get their face slammed shut by an outside person.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they happened to Bret Hart once.
What if they like made it like the Punjabi prison match where you can call for the door once in the match?
They have a door in the Punjabi prison?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You can call for like the door to be opened, and if
only Randy Orton had called for it 6 years ago or 8 years ago.
Would it have helped him? Who knows?
Against Jinder. But yeah, so I'm with you, Magno. The idea of the cage to me is like the person can't escape, has nowhere to go. So I think it's like the chicken shit heel would try to escape, but the face should never escape the cage, is what I would say.
But after all that, I'm gonna go with Solo Sikoa. I think him losing the belt this early would be dumb. Granted, that'd be par for the course for some of the things that we've seen, but I'm gonna go just stick with it.
I love it. Parthy, what do you got?
Oh, I thought we were going back to the Cenas.
No, you.
All right. I mean, Solo Sikoa has had a short run with the belt if it would be dropped right here, but I don't see Jacob Fatu doing anything else. I don't think he's going to be in the WWE title picture. I mean, depending on who's going to be winning that, which we'll get to, of course. I think it's just it was just to get heat on Solo and then just give the belt right back to Jacob. Obviously,
what about the MFTs here? Clearly,
oh yeah, the mother effing Dawkins. Oh yeah, they're going to be a factor, and then Big Jim's going to come down and run a little interference.
Can see. Yeah, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, so I think they're putting the belt back on Jacob Fatu.
I like the idea of Fatu, but I also do like you said, Parthy. If Fatu loses, what is he going to do? And I think same with Solo. Like, is he going to instantly become like a delusional leader of the MFTs? Is that going to be his storyline? So I'm going to actually take Solo via hijinks after all the faces that we just saw last night. I think Solo via heel hijinks retains, but that only makes Jacob Fatu that much crazier about taking down Solo Sikoa and the MFTs. So I think that could be something that goes to Survivor Series then, where you have Team Fatu versus Team Sikoa or something. Like, as crazy as that sounds. So I got Solo Sikoa retaining.
Yeah, so I'm kind of torn on this one. Could we see another debut tonight? Another Fatu, one Zilla Fatu.
If Zilla comes out,
oh my nuts. God.
They haven't even gotten Tamatonga back, but go ahead.
But he could also come back tonight, I'm saying. For both sides. Zilla could be on Jacob's side.
Oh, Zilla could be on Jacob? Okay.
Jacob and Zilla.
Zilla on Jacob's side would be sick.
And then
that would push it to the War Games. Yeah.
But for this one, I think Fatu would be fine without the title, whereas Solo, I don't know where they go without the title on him because he's just been facing Bloodline for the last ever since he became the tribal chief. So give me Solo, and maybe he'll finally start wrestling guys not in his family.
Well, I don't think that's going to happen if he retains, because I'm kind of up there with Maniac Sally that there's going to be hijinks. Talatonga is looming in the shadows. I don't see anyone escaping the cage when that guy is basically half the height of the cage itself.
Yeah, he'll be able to beat you down, keep you in the cage.
No one is touching that outside floor if they try to escape with him on the outside. So I'm going to go with Solo to retain and not seeing the end of this feud. As Maniac mentioned, it's only going to piss off the Samoan werewolf and make him hungrier for that U.S. title.
Absolutely. I like that. All right, we'll keep rolling on here on Wrestling with Emotion, SummerSlam Night 2 preview show. But we'd be remiss not to try out and take a little train wreck trivia.
Batavia down! With more, lots more!
All right, this one's easy for the memory banks. Who were the WWE Tag Team Champions entering last year's SummerSlam?
Was it Cody and Jay?
No, that was later.
Terrible. That was terrible.
Cody was facing Solo as the champion. You silly.
Was it It wasn't Judgment Day.
It wasn't Judgment Day. So the tag team titles were not defended at the one night SummerSlam.
It was Bloodline because the night before.
Who was it?
It was the Tongas.
Tamatonga and Tongaloa won it the night before from DIY in the SmackDown main event. that we were all at. All right, Rob gets it when I queued up. Trainer Trivia brought to you by Batavia Downs, where you can win more, lots more. The region's premier entertainment destination. Make sure you make Batavia Downs your spot when you're looking for entertainment. With that said, rolling out with some entertainment, boys. We're halfway through our picks. This is going to be a doozy. The Wyatt 6, Andrade and Rey Fénix versus DIY versus Fraxiom versus Motor City Machine Guns versus... Oh, my God. The Labatt Blue is getting the best of me here early in the morning. With that said, yeah, it is my first beer. Mac Markadu, why don't you go first? Then we'll go to the Cena's, Parthy, and then we'll go to you.
You know, you said last match was going to be the show stealer. This is it right here.
Oh, I think this absolutely could be the most entertaining match of the night.
This might be a whole entertaining match of the whole weekend, but I digress. So, 6 teams, man. It's going to be tough to pick this one. We don't get a loss because there's more than 4, right?
Yep, this is a free roll. As we remind in Wrestling with Emotion, anything with larger than a triple threat will always default to a 1-0 if you get it and 0-0 if you miss.
I want to go with my heart so bad. I want it to be DIY. I think I can't go with them, though. I think it's going to be the Motor City Machine Guns taking it.
The Motor City Machine Guns obviously got a monster push. They basically joined the WWE and instantly won the WWE Tag Team titles. With that said, Mark, I think that's a good point. DIY, in my opinion, would set up all the other tag teams the best to have like 5-star matches and everything like that. So with that said, I will roll and I will go with DIY to win this one. Hopefully in an entertaining match. Profi, what do you got?
Yeah, so obviously these teams have been feuding forever. Obviously Andrade and Rey Fénix just got in this mix. I don't think it's time to put the titles on them yet. Fraxiom, I think, can be fine without them. Street Profits obviously just lost them, so I don't think they're going to gain them back. I think Wyatt 6, they're not done with them yet. I think it's only been probably about a few weeks since they won it, only one title defense. So I think there's going to be some shenanigans with all of the Wyatt 6, so I think they're going to retain.
I think that the least deserving two of winning this tag title match are Andrade and Rey Fénix. So for that very reason, I'm picking them to win the titles because they're two solo competitors with nothing to offer on the... No, I'm sorry. They have a lot to offer. Triple H has nothing for them. So for that reason...
No. WWE always has a plan when they bring superstars.
For sure. And they happen to be like the two Mexican guys. What a coincidence.
Crazy.
So they're going to team up, and they're going to be the new tag champions that are going to hold these belts for a few months. But yeah, I'm very excited for this match. Could steal the show. Partham, what you got?
I'm going to agree with you for different reasons. I think everybody here has won the tag titles at some point, with the exception of Fraxiom and Andrade and Rey Fénix. Fraxiom is a relatively fresh team, but
fucking Mark!
I had to get that in for Rob. He wanted it 10 seconds ago. He wanted to get it for Slick.
For me,
Rob wanted to get that for Slick. And
a little late on the delivery, don't you think? But whatever. If it's for Slick, fine. Yeah, I think...
I'm so sorry. I hit wrong button.
Bitch.
Anyway, so Fraxiom and Andrade and Rey Fénix are the only ones who haven't won tag titles before. Fraxiom's relatively new. They might have been the hot commodity until they put Andrade and Rey Fénix together. I think the crowd's been responding to them and how they've been working as a tag team, regardless of whether they've just been thrown together for no other reason. I think the crowd's behind them a little bit more. I think they're an exciting tag team to watch. I think it'd be a nice, fresh tag team for them to have the titles. The Wyatt 6, I mean, they could continue with them, but I mean, I think this is a big spot. I think this is meant to get the titles on somebody else without making the Wyatt 6 look weak. So I'm going to go with Andrade and Rey Fénix to win.
Okay. Andrade and Rey Fénix for Slick and Parthy, and then we're split on the rest as we're down to our final 2 matches. Guys, a small warning. It's time to proceed with caution. Naomi versus Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky. I don't know if in the history of me being a wrestling fan, there has so obviously been a third best wrestler in a match who was the champion, and I really, really wanted them to win, like really badly. So with that said, we got Naomi. Is Fire even doing her justice on the timeline and the spots? I mean, honestly, it's absurd.
She's an assassin.
Yeah, she's an absolute social assassin for sure. Versus, again, Rhea Ripley, who we know from experience is literally the biggest women's star in WWE. She gets the biggest reactions. She gets everything, biggest superstar as far as women are concerned. And then Io Sky, who, as if you ask the technical people, probably the best performer, best entertainer as far as in-ring work and everything like that. So this is absolutely a 3-horsewoman match in a way, because they all bring something to the table here. With that said, I think Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are going to Godzilla King Kong each other, and Naomi is going to just sweep in somehow here for the win. I don't know if they pull some crazy shit with like her pinning them both. I mean, I don't think so, but it would be hilarious. I just think Naomi retains somehow by hook or by crook. Profi, what do you got?
Yeah, I think Naomi retains. I wonder if we see maybe like a Bianca tonight. During our tailgate with Savvy Seats and Game Day New York, great time. We have again at 2:30 to 5:30 today at the Dream Bar in American Dream. One of the podcasters there was saying he heard a dirt sheet. He must have got it from Parthy that Bianca could be pregnant. I didn't really believe that one. I haven't seen that, so I wasn't believing that. So I do think she shows up tonight and maybe helps Naomi. But give me Naomi. But this is going to be a show.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as you guys, and I'm the biggest Rhea guy on the planet, so this is very tough for me, but Naomi is just doing way too well right now in all aspects of wrestling. Mike, biggest crook, villainous laugh.
Best catchphrase literally in women's wrestling right now.
Best catchphrase, best cash-in as of late, really great in the ring. I think this is a classic case of Io and Rhea get ahead of themselves and each other, and Naomi catches the focus of just the title and is able to pin one of them after one takes the other out, and she does some sneaky business and gets in there and retains.
All right, so the winner of this faces Stephanie Vaquer at Clash in Paris. I think this is meant to set up Stephanie Vaquer's opponent, which I think is going to be Naomi, because she's just gotten her title run started. I don't know if Stephanie's going to go over her at Clash in Paris. We'll get to that when we get there. But she's been doing well. She's been doing well in ring. She's been doing well with her persona, online presence, and she's hitting on all fronts. The other half of this is Rhea Ripley beating Io Sky. Now, she could pin Naomi, of course, and technically beat Io Sky, but they're not going to have Rhea Ripley beat Io Sky in a match in a triple threat. It's going to be a one-on-one for either for a title or for a chance to go for a title. So they're not going to waste that moment, even though it's a big event, SummerSlam. It's a big title match. I think they're going to save Rhea Ripley finally getting one over on Io Sky for another time and place. But right now it's Naomi's time, and they might have Rhea Ripley, have Io Sky beaten, but Naomi shoves her out of the ring and gets the pinfall 1, 2, 3. So I think Naomi will go over and retain her championship.
So we're all on Naomi, but who takes the fall?
I think Io.
I'm gonna say
probably Io.
I'm gonna say Io.
Probably Io after Rhea. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this comes down to a 20-ish minute classic where Rhea hits a riptide off the top rope on Io. Naomi comes in with the classic throw out Rhea, pin Io. Like, that would be how I could definitely
maybe even
see it.
like hits Rhea with the belt.
Yeah. 100. Ahead. Naomi is
triple threat, no DQ.
Naomi will leave no stone unturned to leave MetLife Stadium with her baby, with her title for sure. That
Some would say she's going to throw caution into the wind.
Okay. All right. All right. I don't mind that. But yeah, real quick, not to be crazy, where do you rank Naomi right now amongst current performers in wrestling? All brands. Is she top 5?
10 for sure.
Top 10 for sure. I just think she's bordering on top 5.
I'd say
she's
6, 7.
She's not 10 or 9 though. Like I'm saying, like she's right on that.
Between like 8 and 6.
I mean, I just think we forget that this is someone that was literally competing at WrestleMania for titles like 4, 6, 7 years ago. Like this has been a big buildup. I think she's really ready for this moment.
SummerSlam,
sure.
I think they said yesterday.
It's what happens when you have a better gimmick than fucking Glow.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the 8th SummerSlam. She hadn't been in SummerSlam in 8 years.
That's right. well, at that rate, though, how many SummerSlams she had? It's probably close.
Absolutely, I agree. All right. So with that said, We are past the triple threat. We are on to the main event time where someone is going to win more, lots more.
Batavia down! Win more, lots more!
Cody versus John. Now, I am going to say something. My excitement level, especially we're John Cena guys. My excitement level for this was like a 5 to a 6. Like I wasn't losing my brain, but I was super excited. Then when we get a street fight, I'm like, okay, that's a little upgrade. You're up to a 7, 7.5. When he cuts a promo about how he's been brainwashed, about how it's back to getting the hustle, loyalty, respect. And if there's one platinum rapper that's going to go beat the crap out of Cody Rhodes tonight, it is John Cena. I am at a 9+. I don't know if I'm at a 10 right now, but I'm at a 9+ because you cannot tell me that anybody knows how this is going to go down tonight, exactly what's going to happen tonight. And that is exactly what sports entertainment, professional wrestling is all about to me. So with that said, let's start with our Markadu in the bottom here. Let's go to our head of the table, Parthy, and then we'll come back to the Cenas. What do you got happening in the main event, night 2 of SummerSlam? John Cena, the never seen 17, versus the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Can we start with a moment of silence for the heel John Cena? Just for a second. Okay, that's long enough. But I don't know. I believe that he's a face now. I believe Cody Rhodes is going to turn heel. I believe The Rock is going to cost John Cena, and it'll be Cody Rhodes taking the title back home, unfortunately.
So Markadu actually believes that John Cena was being sincere when he was turning face. Well, I just have something to say to that.
Paperwork. That's cap. Totally cap. That means lie.
I think John Cena is totally full of cap. To have this come out of nowhere with no really impetus, like he got put through a table and all of a sudden his brain suddenly got unscrambled or something. I'm not buying this for 1 second. And here's another thing. Let's go through the confirmed upcoming appearances for John Cena. He supposedly has 13 dates left. He has 11 confirmed appearances.
Are you sure 13?
13. It's been counted up. 13. But there are 11 confirmed. We got a bunch through August. We got a couple in September, one middle of October, which is Crown Jewel. We got Survivor Series, and then whenever his retirement matches in December, we know that's happening. So there's 2 more appearances that they can pepper in maybe between October, November, maybe early November or something. That's enough to space him out for, coming in every other week, which means he'll still be making regular appearances. Is he going to be making regular appearances if he's not the champion anymore? How are they going to build that? Who's he going to be facing? What's the big angle for John Cena? Is he just going to be doing the expected retirement tour where he's just facing, big names and up and coming superstars and just, giving them the rub, putting them over? I think we're not getting it. You thought you were getting a John Cena face turn right now. You get nothing. I don't know if the final boss is going to be making an appearance. I know for sure Travis Scott's probably not going to be around here for this time. It's only going to be one Ivan rapper. Yes, thank God.
How do you know for sure, though? His boy
Travis Scott? Is Travis Scott working the dirt sheets too?
No, who do you know? Because of Melty Poo.
Yeah,
say Melty Poo. Say Melty Poo.
Uncle Dave. He's
piece of shit.
You.
Can we move on?
Yes. I don't think John Cena is quite done. I thought all along that they were going to take this to the very limit. Like, if you recall, CM Punk, when he was in Ring of Honor and everybody knew he was going to WWE and he won the title when they thought it was going to be his last match. But he had a few more appearances before that and he lost the title and then he had a farewell match. I think that's exactly the plan that they've had for John Cena this whole time. I think Survivor Series is the deadline for his WWE title reign. And then, it'll be easy enough to turn him face because half the crowd's cheering for him anyways. So they'll have his retirement match in Boston or wherever it's going to be around Massachusetts. And they'll have a nice farewell and everybody comes out and applauds him afterwards. But I think they're going to take this to the limit. Whether is he going to be able to leave with the title or not, because he's only got like 3 or 2 appearances left after Survivor Series. Anyway, long-winded way of basically saying I don't think John Cena is done with the WWE title just yet. I think John Cena is going to retain.
I'm going to read all the tea leaves from Friday night. He did say he wants to leave with the title. Parthy is saying that he has 13 matches or appearances. I think that it plays perfectly for Cody to turn heel tonight. There's so much talk about it too. It's literally like boiling over at this point. Cody turning heel, and John Cena's last 3 to 4 months are trying to get the title back from heel Cody, heel Rock, so he can finish his career with the title, make that 18, and probably a number that'll never get reached by anybody for sure. That's where I'm at on it. I still can't get off the idea that like it just seems very like if I'm John Cena, do I want to keep doing this awkward heel run for the next 3 months, or do I want to be a face? And again, if Cody Rhodes screws me and takes the title, then I can chase the title for the end part of my career. I can work my way back up, even for a Survivor Series match, like you said, Parthy. But I just can't see him only coming back then at Survivor Series and getting cheered for like 3 weeks before he leaves. He wants that last 3 months, in my opinion, especially after he saw the crowd reaction. Sometimes I think they are playing it by ear, as they've admitted many times. And when you see that crowd reaction of what happened, are they just going to say, well, we should swerve them for the next 3 months? I think that would be pretty disingenuous. But Profi, what do you got? I got Cody winning via a little crook. What do you got?
Yeah, I think it's over for the Cena heel. I think he's realized that it isn't really going over as much as he thought. So why not blame the final boss and Travis Scott to try to get a way to get back into face? I do think Cody turns heel tonight. There's been way too many leaves being turned about it. So I'm definitely I'm going with Cody win, and then like Maniac was saying, have Cena fight to try to get back that title instead of just running back this heel Cena for no reason for the next 3 months.
By the way, Rock has a movie to promote.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I want to give rare props right now to the WWE.
Oh, I thought it was
because they've done this very well by getting the street fight aspect out there before all this happened on SmackDown and speculation started for a completely different reason, because now the writing is on the wall. Cody Rhodes went and grabbed 2 real American beers and had a toast.
The beer thing was sketchy.
With newly face John Cena. And that meme or comparison that was sent in our group chat, the writing is on the wall for history to repeat itself. Street Fight allows a certain someone that Cena was blaming everything on to come back and say, why are you bitching about the final boss?
I told you all along Cody was my guy and that he would sell his soul to me, and now he has.
And he would come around. We'll see a rock bottom through a table or something, 3 crossroads, maybe even a kick in the nuts, and we'll go off the air with the final boss and Cody Rhodes cheersing real American beers in salute to Hulk Hogan.
Terramana.
He'll pour
and he's going to be like,
I
I told you, dummies, we were friends all along. Like, all that stuff. Like, it's going to be so silly.
And then he'll whip out the mic and say, by the way, I have a movie coming out.
Yes, make sure to see it. Booker Takes. Markadu, what do you got? I've seen you acknowledging there for a second.
So, is this going to be Endgames type part 2 type stuff here? Do you guys think? With Ron Killings and...
No.
Nah. They've been putting him to the side a little bit lately.
Roster at this point. Where is he? TNA?
Also, they've made it like very clear that like nobody in the locker room really fucks with John Cena right now. Like so there's not like a lot of people coming out for him. There's not gonna be a lot of people coming out for Cody. I really think it's just I think, by the way, this would be hilarious, is if they're both down and they hit the Fiend music, but he doesn't come out at all. Like they just hit it for like 30 seconds and everyone's confused. And everyone's confused and they're like, what happened? Then they get in the match and they go for another minute or two, and it's if you smell.
No, they hit the Fiend music and then they go and it's backstage and it's Rocky and he was like, that was the wrong button.
Bitch.
In order to hit the music, they'd have to have the rights to it. If there's a falling out, I doubt they have that anymore.
Parthy, you're completely out on hijinks and craziness of this main event.
Oh, not hijinks and craziness. There's going to be hijinks and craziness.
So who do you got then? If Cena's retaining and staying heel, what do you got happening for the hijinks and craziness? Because we have The Rock coming out and betraying like Cena. I'm wondering what you got.
If it's not The Rock, I think maybe John Cena will create his own hijinks. Okay. He'll just go low. He'll hit him with the title. I mean, it's going to be a street fight anyway, so it's not like it's against the rules. But John Cena will go extra.
Is Cena gonna have the title in that like old man like grab that he's been doing when he hits you with it, and he's gonna look at it and be like, "That's not me." And he's
that's very
dead ass
plausible.
gonna happen for sure. And then Cody's gonna grab it or something. I'm just telling you, all of the stars are literally perfectly aligning for Cody Rhodes to turn heel, align with The Rock, Cena have a final farewell for these 4 months where he is a face. And part that you got to admit this, they got a lot on their plate if they're trying to outdo last night with the cash in for the ruse of the century. This is virtually the only way to guarantee doing that.
I think it's another ruse. I think it's just a swerve ruse, not a heel turn ruse.
Okay, swerve ruse, not a heel turn ruse. That's fair. That's fair.
Whose house?
Yeah, seriously. With that said, obviously wrestling with emotion here. SummerSlam Night 2 preview show. Any final thoughts before we sign off, boys?
Did you see when they showed Becky Lynch backstage celebrating the Seth's cash-in? I think someone mentioned that someone was filming her. You could see a camera in the background for whatever camera was in her face, and they said it was part of the Unreal staff or the Unreal crew.
Are you sure
clearly
it wasn't for Maxi Golf?
That was a flex with Maxi Golf.
I wouldn't be surprised if on the next round of WWE Unreal, we get the behind-the-scenes shenanigans of what was going on with how Seth's injury, quote-unquote, came about.
Okay, so let's talk about that real quick, too, while we're just running to the show. I think that he did tweak something, and they weren't sure. And then when they got to the back, they realized it was only like 3 to 5 weeks, and they're like, let's pivot based off that, and that was what they went with. That's my thinking.
I think there was definitely something.
Because the match was so weird. The match was like, that was not how you do
what
that.
If they did it on purpose like that?
If they did, then you know what? Fuck it. They're amazing. Yeah. But literally, I just don't believe that it was so awkward. It wasn't done in a way that was like, well done.
I have no confidence that LA Knight was supposed to win that match.
Yeah, like Parthy, you got to admit that. There's no way LA Knight was just supposed to
I think that's the only way LA Knight could win that match without, crushing Seth Rollins' momentum is to have him have an injury, and LA Knight takes advantage of that.
I'm not going to have Goldberg go out there for fucking 10 minutes.
Yeah, it's going to piss off Goldberg when he realizes that.
What? Goldberg?
Goldberg! All right. Huge shout out to Marketing. Huge shout out to our head of the table, Michael J. Bartham. Huge shout out to the boys you can't see, our John Cena's, the Never Seen 17s. Make sure you're following along on all the platforms. Wrestle W Emotion. Huge shout out to the region's premier entertainment destination, Batavia Downs. We're heading to MetLife shortly with Savvy Seats. Game day to New York to party our keisters off as we get ready for night 2 of SummerSlam. Again, huge shout out to our panel because this is the show where it's not wrestling with your budget. It's not wrestling with your conscience. This is wrestling with emotion.